I wanted to go over a little bit of this review on video in case you need help. I'll start with the first part, which is the easy part. To calculate this, you're going to find the interest. And to do so, you start with the days, and it's over 360. So 120 divided by 360 is 1/3, times 5%, 0.05, times 27,000 principal value, and we get 450. So our interest is $450. Our mature value is the original 27,000 plus the 450. And to find the due date, you work from where you're at. So we have 120 days. July would have, it's July 26, so 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We would have 5 days left in July. We have 31 days in August. We have 30 days in September, 31 in August, and then when you put that together, okay, we have 5 plus 31 plus 30 plus 31, it's 97, so we're close to 120. Subtract 120, and there's 23 days left that we'd have to add to November 23rd. Okay, so that one should be pretty easy to figure these out. I'll go over the rest in class. The next section, I just shaded these in and I moved these over a little bit. So 27 lines up, 2016. A couple of students asked me, what does this mean? Why do we have the third year? Because remember, the end of 2016 is the beginning for 2017. So we need the end of 2015 to use for the beginning of 2016. And you don't need to do all the work. You were only asked this red and this black ratio. The red here and the black here. But in order to find both of them, you need to have the average AR and the average daily sales figured out. So I'm just going to run through this one. You can write these out. You can find the answers however you want to. But we start out, I'm going to look at the 17 year. So I need to find the average accounts receivable, which is the ending and beginning. So 2860 plus 1429 divided by 2 gives me 2144.50. 2144.5. Okay, to find the average turnover, I need to use that number and find the sales. So 22527 divided by this 2144.5 gives me 1050 as an average turnover ratio. And I'll do that again. 22527 is net sales divided by this average AR that we found, 2144.5, to get 10.5. So the answer to this first one is 10.5. For the second one, we want to know the number of days in sales receivable. So you're going to find first your average net sales, your average days sales. So we start again, 22527, and divide that by how many days in a year. So our answer to that is 61 rounded 72. I need that to then do this last part. You need the two that are not listed. So to find that, I'm going to take my average AR, which was 2144.50, and then divide that by my average days daily sales, 61.72. And I get 34.75. We're going to do the same thing on the right side, but we would need to start over. So in this case, now the answer to that was 34.75. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to go over a little bit more on these. So if this was the case, my average AR in this one is going to be the average of both of these. So 2860 plus 2703 divided by 2, 2781.50. 2781.50. Then I'm going to again do my next thing, my net sales. Now we're using the 2016 number across the board, 21,296 divided by our average AR, 2781.50, and I get 7.66. I'm just going to put these over here because we didn't need it, but I'm doing it, 2781.50, and now my average sales, 21,296 divided by 365 is $58.35. And to get my last one, I'm going to then use those two numbers. So to find my average AR daily sales, we said 2781.50, and we're going to divide it by our new number, divided by 58.35, and I get 47.67. So that's how we do the first problem there. We use the numbers. These two are the average for the first one. These two are the average for the second one. Looking down below at this problem, I hope our practice helped. So the first thing you have to figure out is this net sales category. So I'm going to take, we have total sales. I like to do it this way. You can do numbers 17, nope, that's accounts receivable. 113,285.75, and it's 0.01 for 1%, and then you're taking half of that number, so divide it by 2, 0.5%, 566.43. All right, so that is going to be my bad debt expense. And then you read the problem. How much is my allowance for doubtful accounts? This is going to be a credit, and this is a credit, so we're going to add them plus the 2587 balance. I don't know what that just did, excuse me. 566.43 plus 25.87. So my allowance for doubtful accounts is now 592.30. Does accounts receivable change? No, it's still the same, 17,488. How do I find my adjusting entry is going to be the bad debt expense value. We would have bad debt expense of 566.43, and then we would have allowance for doubtful accounts, 566.43. Down the bottom, how do you find net realization? That is your AR minus your total allowance for doubtful accounts. So that's going to be 17,488 minus 592.30, and we end up with 16,895.70, and that's how much it's worth at the end. We take our accounts receivable balance, we subtract our total allowance for doubtful accounts. I hope this helps. Good luck on your test.